It was a Monday morning, the kind that feels heavy before the day has even truly begun. Our team was facing a mountain of a project with a deadline that seemed impossible. The air in the office was thick with stress. You could almost taste the anxiety. Then, one person changed everything. Her name was Maria. She placed donuts on the table and said, "I know it's a tough week. We're a great team, let's fuel up and do this together." It was such a small gesture, but it was powerful. It was a single spark of light in a very dark room, a simple reminder that we were not alone in this challenge. Her positivity was contagious. The tense silence was broken by a little bit of conversation. Maria's simple act of kindness shifted the entire atmosphere of the room. It wasn't about ignoring the problem, it was about changing how we faced it. We met our deadline. Why does being positive at work actually matter? It's simple. Your brain is wired to perform at its best when it's positive. When you feel happy and optimistic, your mind is more open. You see more possibilities. You are more creative. You are more energetic. You are better at solving problems. Negativity, on the other hand, literally shuts your brain down. It narrows your focus to only see the threats and the problems, blocking out potential solutions. It is the difference between seeing a field of opportunities versus being trapped in a tunnel with no exit. Consider your daily interactions. When a coworker is consistently positive, you feel more comfortable approaching them with questions or ideas. They create an environment of psychological safety where collaboration can flourish. A negative coworker, however, can make you hesitant. You might avoid them. Good ideas are never shared. Problems fester until they become crises. Positivity builds bridges between people. It is the social glue that holds a team together. I once worked with a software development team that was on the verge of collapse. They were working on a critical new product, but they were plagued by bugs, delays, constant disagreements. The project manager, David, was brilliant but had become completely overwhelmed by the negativity. A new consultant, Sarah, was brought in to observe. She didn't have a technical background, but she had an expert understanding of team dynamics. In her first meeting, instead of diving into the long list of problems, she asked each team member to share one small success from the past week, no matter how minor. There was a long, awkward silence. Finally, a junior programmer shyly mentioned he had fixed a small, nagging bug that had been bothering him. This small admission opened the floodgates for others to share their minor victories. Sarah made this a daily practice. It slowly rewired their collective mindset. They began to see that they were not just failing, they were also succeeding in small ways every single day. So, how can you bring more positivity into your own workday? It doesn't require a massive personality change. It's about building small, consistent habits. One of the most powerful things you can do is to practice gratitude. At the start of each day, write down 3 things you're grateful for. 2 minutes. At the end of each day, write 3 new things you're grateful for. 2 minutes. Writing trains your brain to look for the positive instead of the negative. It could be a helpful coworker. It could be a task you completed. It could be the good cup of coffee you had this morning. Here's an easy tip. Perform a conscious act of kindness each day. It can totally transform your mood and someone else's. Try it and feel the energy. Send a 2-sentence email praising a colleague for their work. Hold the door for someone. Offer to help someone who looks overwhelmed. You can also change your physical state to influence your mental state. Take short breaks to walk around. Stretch at your desk. Step outside for a few minutes of fresh air. Even just taking a few deep, slow breaths at your desk can calm your nervous system and reset your mind. Don't eat lunch at your desk while you work. Take a real break. Creating physical space between you and your stress lets you return clearer and more positive. In the end, positivity is not something that just happens to you. It is a choice. It is a daily practice. It is a skill that you can build and strengthen over time, just like a muscle. It does not mean you will never have a bad day or face difficult challenges. We are human, and work will always have its pressures. True positivity is not about ignoring reality, it is about facing that reality with the belief that your behavior and your mindset can make a difference. It's the conviction that your actions matter and that you can influence positive outcomes. Every single morning you have an opportunity to set the tone for your day. You can choose to focus on the dread of your to-do list, or you can choose to take a moment to be grateful for the opportunity to contribute. You can choose to complain about a difficult coworker, or you can choose to be the person who offers a smile and a kind word. These may seem like small, insignificant choices, but compounded over days, weeks, and months, they have the power to completely transform your experience of work and your career trajectory. Imagine the collective impact if everyone on your team made that choice. Imagine an entire workplace filled with people who actively look for the good, who support each other, and who face challenges with a creative and optimistic spirit. It all starts with the simple, powerful, and revolutionary choice to be positive.